Welcome to a video on nonlinear simultaneous equations, a higher GCSE topic. Now it's worth noting that with the two equations given, the top one is the nonlinear one. You may even recognise it as the equation of a circle. And the one underneath it is the linear equation, and that one there is a straight line. You can see by my little sketch that the line intersects the circle in two locations, and what that tells us is that we are to expect two answers to this question. So your very first step is to take your linear equation and make either x or y the subject. I can see that by adding y to both sides, I'm going to get x equals 5 plus y, which is great because I've now made x the subject of this equation. It's on its own on the left hand side. We're then going to substitute this into the nonlinear equation. So if I just write out x squared plus y squared equals 13, given the fact that we know that x is the same as 5 plus y, we can sub it in here. So rather than it saying x squared, it can now say 5 plus y squared, and then plus y squared equals 13. Now you can see the equation that we're left with only contains one variable, the y variable, which means we're able to now solve this and find our two y values. So you can see 5 plus y squared, that's actually a double bracket expansion. So let's expand that, and then we need to do some simplifying. 5 multiplied by 5 is 25, and then 5 multiplied by y is 5y. We're going to get another 5y, we're going to get a y squared, and then of course plus the other y squared equals 13. Now to simplify, or collect the like terms you could say, we can see there's a y squared and another y squared, which when we put them together gives us 2y squared. We've got a 5y and a 5y, which add together to give 10y, plus this 25 equals 13. Now we're left with a quadratic equation. When we want to solve these, it's really important that we set them equal to 0. So that 13 on the right hand side of our equation, we want to get rid of that and turn it into a 0. And the way we can do that is by subtracting 13 from both sides. So we're now going to get 2y squared plus 10y plus 12 equals 0. So we can now factorise and solve this quadratic. I have spotted, however, that all of the coefficients, the numbers in front of the terms, they're all even numbers. So we can take out a factor of 2 and make this quadratic much easier to factorise and then therefore solve. Your technique for factorising is we want to think of two numbers that add together to give 5 and multiply together to give 6. I think those two numbers are going to be 2 and 3. So in factorised form, you're going to have y plus 2 in brackets multiplied by y plus 3 in brackets equals 0. To obtain your two solutions from there, you're going to set each individual bracket equal to 0, and you're going to get the answers of -2 and -3. The very last thing to do is, now that we have our two y values, is to find the corresponding x values. So if you look at our linear equation for x at the very start, let's use that again. So we know that x is the same as 5 plus y. So when y takes a value of -2, let's sub it in there. And when y takes a value of -3, let's sub it in there and see what we get. So x equals 5 plus a -2, which is 3. and the other version is when x equals 5 plus negative 3, which gives an answer of 2. And there we have it, guys. We've answered the question. All that's left to do is write out our answers neatly and make sure we write the correct x solution with its corresponding y solution. So we know that when x is 3, y equals negative 2. That was one answer that we're going to put on the answer line. And the other one was when x equals 2, y equals negative 3. I hope this video was helpful.